Hello friends, welcome back to our CCNA 200-301 series. Today is video number 76. In video number 76, we are going to discuss about quality of service. So in our last video for 75, we already discussed about syslog, that is system log protocol. So now in this video, that is 76th video, we are going to discuss about quality of service. So generally, what is quality of service? See, remember, like example, if I take any router, like let me take this pen. If you take one router and traffic is coming, all the traffic is coming to this router and going from this outside. Like if we have this is a internet and we want to send many traffic to the internet, we have switch and multiple department is connected, and some are trying to watch YouTube, some are trying to download something, some are uploading something. So all traffic is going towards the router, and if the speed whatever we are sending here and the speed here is less, example if I have 1 gbps here and here I have 100 mbps, then the traffic will not go, gb traffic will not go with the 100 mbps traffic. Okay, so here link speed is low, here link speed is up, so we will have issue. So we need to do quality of servicing. So let me explain you here in detail. This is just example, maybe you have confusion. Let me go step by step so you will have more idea. Quality of service is a feature of a router or a switch which prioritize the traffic so that more important traffic can pass first. Means if we have traffic, more traffic going to router or going to outside the router, we need to prioritize which one is more important, we can give them with the help of quality of service. Because router or switch, they don't care about the traffic, they will look, this is IP address, I need to send to this IP, this packet to this interface, and they will do. They will not care about this is traffic for data or traffic for IP phone or anything. So quality of service allow us to queue, limit, filter or make reservation for our network traffic. Network device do not really care about the type of traffic they have to forward. Means our network device, that is router and switch, they will not care about the whatever traffic they are getting. Just they will receive the traffic and they will check. Example, switch will receive the ethernet frame and he will look the destination MAC address and he will forward that frame to that destination. Same thing, router will also look for the destination IP address in the IP packet and he will look in the routing table and he will forward to that one. Okay, so with this one, what is the problem? Because router and switch, they are not prioritizing the traffic. We need to do that one. The prioritizing the traffic is known as quality of service. Okay, did you understand? Means we can say this is a IP call, this is voice call. So we need to give more priority because this call should not disconnect or it should not lose the packets. If someone is watching in the YouTube, so we can give him little less priority, so even it is buffering and loading, no problem, he can manage. But the guy who is talking, if the voice is dropping the packet, then they cannot understand. So we need to give more priority for the voice and video. Okay, so let me draw some diagram here. After that I am going to teach you about the quality of service terminology, but before that one, let me draw some diagram here. Let me give some space so you will have more idea about this one, quality of servicing. See here, imagine we have two branches. Okay, let me take here one pen. We will have two branches. What I can say, this is our branch or maybe this is our head office. Okay, so assume we have, this is a old way, traditional way of network. Okay, this is, you can say, old way of network. We have branch office and we have head office. We have two things. Example, assume this is head office, this is branch. Okay, this is branch, and here what we have the landline phone and it is connected to PBX. Okay, it is connected to PBX and PBX is connected to the public switching telephone network. Okay, and this is again going to other line and going to our head office, and we have PBX again and it is connecting to our landline. Okay, still we are using some in some organization, whoever is not using the IP phone, they are using like this. Okay, and we have here the video conference, whatever we want to do, and it is sending with ISDN. With ISDN we are configuring this one, and again here video conference is running in our organization, and whatever the servers database we have here, like payroll server, any server, that is connected with the IP WAN. WAN means VPN or maybe internet connection example. So we have here, like here we have the server, this is a server, or this is a client they are managing. So we have three line. One is for the telephone, and we have ISDN for the video conference, and IP WAN for the normal. What is normal means that is the database, whatever uploading, downloading the share folder. So no load for the traffic. We have three different thing. We are managing with three different thing. No load. This is a old and traditional way. But if you look for the new way, now we are having the new way. In new way we mix with many things. Let me draw and show you the new way. This is the old way. Just remember, in the old way we have a separate dedication line for the separate thing. Okay, we are connecting actually branch and head office. So in this old traditional network we have everything separate. But now if you look the new design as we are using, example, this is our branch, same thing, and this is branch, and this is head office. I have head office. Okay, so if I connecting two thing, that is head office with branch, we will have telephone here, same thing, landline telephone, and this is also again some companies are using public switching telephone network, again same like this as before we have. And after that we are using IP WAN. IP WAN we are using, and in this IP WAN we are connecting the video conference, as well as we are connecting the our clients, and we are connecting here servers, and we are connecting video conference, means all the traffic that is video. And also we will have the IP phone also. If we are using IP phone, this is also connected to here, and it is going IP phone here also. Means what I can say, only the public switch telephone network is separate, all other thing is connected with the same internet, and we have more traffic here. So in this case we need to prioritize. If we did not prioritize which traffic is important, then we are going to lose the packets. The router is going to lose the packets, and router is going to drop the packets. Okay, so to avoid these types of problem, we are doing a quality of servicing. Okay, so you understand now, right? The what I can say, traditional network and the new design. So in new design we are having the more usage of the internet, or more usage of our IP WAN. So in that case we need to do the quality of servicing, so our traffic will not drop. Okay, so now we will see some quality of service terminology. So we will see this one. Let me highlight this color. Okay, so in this we need to know about the what is bandwidth. This is a basic, just we need to have the idea what is bandwidth. Network bandwidth refer to a speed of the link or interface. Like example, if I have router, this router interface, this is input to the router, this is output to the router. Example, so whatever, if I am saying bandwidth, means whatever is speed of this one, we can say bandwidth. Whatever is speed of this interface, we can say bandwidth. So in simple words, I am saying the bandwidth as a speed or capacity of the link. Network bandwidth is measured in the bits transmit into bits per second. Okay, and what is congestion? Congestion is nothing but network congestion, means causing the delay. Means if I am sending something, it is not going immediately. We have so many traffic and it is delay. Like in our daily life, we have traffic signals, we need to stop and go. So if we have more traffic, it will congest. And delay, what is delay? Delay is also known as refers to a time to take the packet to travel from source to destination. Okay, what is delay? Delay, actually why we need to know this one, because we are going to use these terms in our quality of service. So in quality of service we are going to discuss about delay and jitter and latency. So we need to know about this one. So that's why I am telling about delay. Means if we are going somewhere, if we are late, then we are saying delay. So in our network language also we are saying delay refers to a time taken the packet to travel from the source to destination. In quality of service there are two types of delay. One is fixed delay, other is variable delay. Fixed delay means we can say 10 minutes after, like if we say if anyone come at 9 o'clock, so if he is coming daily 9:10, we can say fixed delay, he is taking the 10 minutes extra. But in other way, we can say variable, means sometime it is taking 30 minutes, sometime it is taking 20 minutes, then it is variable delay. So in quality of service, jitter is defined as a variation in the delay of receiving packet or difference between the delay of the IP packet. We can say jitter is a irregular time delay in the sending of the packet over network. Okay, so you need to know what is jitter, what is delay, what is congestion, what is bandwidth. Okay, packet losses we have, and we have voice, and we have video data, then we have some methods. With that method we are going to apply the quality of service on the router and the switch. Okay, so latency is the time required by a data packet to reach the destination from the source. So we can say latency is a time required by a data packet to reach destination from the source. And packet loss, whenever we have the loss of packet when congestion is happen, and like we do not apply the quality of service on the router. Example, if we have one router, all the traffic is coming here and going outside, but the speed is very high, here we have more traffic, then some packets are going to drop here. So that because we did not configure the quality of service, that's why the packets is going to drop. So here we are saying packet loss, we have loss of packet when we have congestion and do not do quality of service mechanism, or we can say when congestion occurs, network device such as router or switch can drop the packet if we do not configure quality of service. Okay, and voice, in network voice is very sensitive to delay or drop the packet. It make no sense or not possible to retransmit or resend voice if packets are lost. Voice is very important, we cannot retransmit or we cannot delay. If we delay, other guy will not understand what we are saying. Okay, and if we retransmit, same message will go 2 times. Like I am calling, I am asking how are you. If we are sending same packet, it will ask 3 times to the other guy, how are you, how are you, how are you, like this. So in the voice also we need to take care. In the voice is very sensitive, we cannot delay and we cannot drop. Okay, so we need to take care for the voice packet must be received at higher priority than the other types of network traffic. For video also same thing, when we are doing video conference, video also important. Without quality of service, significant amount of extra bandwidth capacity, video quality decrease, means our video quality will be not good. So we need to apply this quality of service. So whenever we have video and voice, they can give higher priority and they can go with the higher priority. Okay, so actually use of quality of service is used when we have congestion in the network, means when we are having more usage, then only we need to use quality of service. If we have extra like more bandwidth and more speed, no need to apply quality of service. Okay, and data, here data application that has no tolerance for data loss, like such as email or web page, if we are opening, it is using TCP. TCP is a protocol we are going to cover in next video or maybe after that video. TCP, transmission control protocol, UDP, user datagram protocol. So TCP is going to take the acknowledgement. If we lost the packet, again TCP is going to send. So no worries for data we can put the little less priority. So even though if we lost the packet for the data, TCP protocol is going to check and he is going to retransmit. Okay, so this is some basic about that one. Then we are going to move to classification, because in our syllabus we don't have the practical or lab for this one, just we have theoretical concept for this one. So I am teaching this theory only. Okay, so now we have classification and marking. So example, for router or switch to give a particular level of service to a type of a traffic, it has to be recognized that traffic first. Means whenever we are sending some traffic, we are saying this traffic is very important, like voice is very important, video is very important, data is little less important. So we need to make the clarification and we need to mark something so router can understand. How we are going to mark, we will learn here. Okay, common way to recognize the traffic are by class of service, that is COS. Layer 2 we use class of service to mark the traffic. and for the layer 3 we use DSCP, differentiated service code point. Okay, so we are going to use these two. This quality of service you use for layer 2 like switches, layer 2 devices, and for the router layer 3 devices we can use DSCP. Okay, DSCP. And for access control also we can use for L3, and we can use NBAR, that is network based application recognition. Okay, so we are going to discuss this one now. In this one you need to remember, for layer 2 we are going to use class of service, for layer 3 we are using DSCP or access control list or NBAR. You need to remember this one. Okay, so now we are going to see layer 2 marking. What is layer 2 marking? That is class of service. How we are going to mark? There is a 3-bit field in the layer 2. If we see layer 2 header 8021.q frame header, which is used to carry the COS quality of service marking, it is using 3-bit. Example, if you see 8421, like this we are writing. You remember this when we are converting the binary to decimal like this. So 3-bit, if we consider 3-bit, this is 4, 5, 6, 7. So total will be 7-bit. So the value will be from 0 to 7 we can set. The default value is 0, which is designed as a best effort traffic. Means when we put 0, no special signature assigned to that traffic. It is treated as normal. Okay, and COS 6, 7 are reserved for the network use like routing protocol or network control traffic. This will be reserved for COS 6 or COS 7. Actually, did you understand actually what we have? Like you can say we have rank 0 to 7. Lower means not good, higher means good. So we have number from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like this number we have. We need to assign which number for which thing. So 0 means no, we are not giving any special treatment for that packet. And standard COS we are giving 6, 7 for the network use like routing protocol or network control traffic. Here see what I wrote, higher the number more important the traffic. So if we see 7 means more important, 6, 5, 4 more important. If you go here 0, 1, 2 means less important. So what we can say for IP making IP phone making the call, signaling traffic. Signaling traffic means the initial call is setuping that given the value as COS 3, and the voice payload. Voice payload means we are talking on the phone. Spoken call, like we are talking whatever we are talking. For that one we give COS 5 the value. Okay, because the talking on the voice payload is more important than compared to signaling traffic. So this one we given as 3 and here we given as 5. Okay, spoken voice is more important than call signaling. Call signaling you can imagine ringing the bell or making the connection between two phone. That is a call signaling. We can say call signaling means making the connecting the phone, two phones. When we are talking that time we can say this is voice payload. So this is for layer 2 marking. Layer 2 marking is used class of service, whereas layer 3 marking we use DSCP. Okay, DSCP, differentiated service code point. You need to remember the full form also. In interview they are asking also. So layer 3 marking we use DSCP, that is differentiated service code point. That is DSCP quality of service marking carry in the layer 3 IP header. Okay, and IP header DSCP, that is quality of service marking 6-bit. So here we have only 3-bit. From 3-bit we are getting the value from 0 to 7, but here we have 6-bit. That is getting the value 64 possible values. So here also same thing, 0 means the lowest, 1 means more, little more, 2 means little more. Like this we can go increasing value. So in this what we are saying, the default value is 0, which is designed as a best effect of the traffic. Here we can mark DSCP 0, that means the traffic not get any special service. Same thing, 0 means we are not giving any special service. But if you see IP phone mark the call signaling. Call signaling means making the call between the two parties. That we can give as DSCP, DSCP this one 24. It is also known as, see here I wrote here, that is DSCP 24 is also known as CS3. When we are doing the configuration, that time we can write 24 or we can write CS3, but we don't have configuration. In CCNP we are going to learn the configuration, and the device payload is 45, DSCP 45. DSCP value 45 is also known as EF. You need to remember for interview purpose, but we don't have lab in CCNA. There are some other standard marking of the traffic, such as 26 means AF31 for mission critical data, and DSCP 34 value is AF41 for SD videos. And DSCP is a preferred classification and marking method because the router can very quickly gather the information from the single byte in the IP header. Means from the packet, router can easily see. So we are saying that one. And if you see, we need to recognize the traffic with ACL also. So from ACL also we are going to, like, if you can use ACL also in the layer 3, like you can block the some persons, like if you have some department who is not use of more internet, but if they are trying to use more bandwidth, then you can put the filter. This guy can browse only 5 GB per day, like this. And for the other routing protocol and like telnet or SSH, you can give the full rights. Like here, an access control list can be used to recognize traffic based upon the layer 3 and layer 4 information. For example, SSH traffic go from the router on the TCP port number 22. So we need to give good bandwidth. So when you are doing the access list control, you can say if the protocol is using TCP and using the port number this, then give the good bandwidth. When you do ACL for that one, you can use like this. So we can configure ACL on the router with referring to port number. So what I am saying, with the ACL also we can do with the, we have 4 method. One method is layer 3 marking, before that one is layer 2 marking, layer 3 marking, and then ACL. With the ACL we can do, and we have network based application recognition. With this one also we can control the traffic. So with this one, how we are controlling the traffic? We are controlling the traffic layer 3 to layer 7 information. How we can control means we need to download the signature from the Cisco and load on the Cisco router, which recognize well-known application. If you remember, maybe if you are working in your data center or in your secure network, any network which is secure and it is not connected with the internet, so they are running the antivirus in the servers, and in the client. Every week we have the update. We will not connect to internet. That system is running without internet. This is secure. They don't want to use internet. So what we can do, in our laptop we will download the upgrade of the antivirus, that is we are saying signature, and we will take in the USB flash and we will go to the server. We will connect there and we will copy, and we will go to antivirus folder. We will open there and we will upload there, and automatically that antivirus server is synchronizing that one, and he will update all the clients. So same thing here also we can do. We can download the signature and upload to the router, so router automatically detect which application is suitable, how he can give the bandwidth for which application. Like this also we can use. Okay, this is used to control the traffic. And then congestion management means how we can manage the congestion, means how we can manage, if we have router, we have many traffic here, how we can manage this traffic. So example, in the router or switch we are getting more traffic to send out with the outer interface bandwidth. Then we need to do queuing. Means example, if we have some traffic, I am getting here maybe 2 GB traffic per minute. Here I have only 1 GB link. So how I can transmit? I cannot transmit 2 GB if I have this link with 1 GB. So I need to buffer here in the router. If I have good router, I can buffer, and I can check the priority of the packet, and I can forward that packet first. So we can do that one. Okay. So we are saying that one is queuing. Here if you see out with the outer interface bandwidth, then we can do queuing. Okay. Or in other words, we can say queuing can be done using a manage congestion on the router or the switch. So by managing this one, we can do, there are 2 types of queuing policy commonly we use. That is CBWFQ, that is class based weighted fair queuing, and give the bandwidth guarantee to the specified traffic. So in this one, bandwidth will give for the specified traffic, And we have another method, low latency queuing. The priority queuing traffic into the priority queue is sent before other the traffic. Okay, so these are the some theory, but not necessary all the theory. As you have, we need to know, just we need to have the idea also. So with this one we are applying to the packets whatever we need to do, and we are doing the configuration, but we need to do some configuration in router also. So we will use MQC, the modular quality of service CLI. So Cisco QoS, quality of service configuration, use MQC, modular quality of service CLI. It has 3 sections. We have class map, define the traffic to take an action on; policy map, take the action on the traffic; service policy, apply the policy to that interface. This we have detail in our CCNP. Here just we need to remember the name. We need to know we are going to apply this to router CLI, only this one. Then we have shaping and policing. Shaping and policing means, example, you assume this is our company router, okay, and it is connected to internet. This is our internal network, whatever we have here. So if the traffic is going more here, and if the traffic, like example, we taken 1 Gbps link from the internet service provider, but if we are sending 10 Gbps traffic same time per minute, so we will have issue, right? We are using optical link, so we will have traffic, but we are paying for 1 Gbps, we are not paying for 10 Gbps. So what ISP will say, ISP will configure something here, so this link will not accept the traffic more than 1 GB. That is policing. And shaping is, we are going to configure something here in our router side, so it will buffer and it will not send more than 1 GB. So see here what I wrote here. Shaping, traffic shaping or policing can be used to control the traffic rate. They both measure the rate of the traffic through the interface and action taken if the rate is above the configure limited. Traffic shaping buffered any excess traffic, so the overall traffic stay within the desired rate limit. Traffic policing drop or remark excess traffic to enforce the specified rate of limit. Okay, so what I am saying, shaping we will do, policing will be doing the ISP. So shaping is nothing but we are fixing some setting in the router interface, so we will not send more than what we purchase from our ISP. Okay, and ISP is configuring policing. With that one, ISP is dropping the traffic if we send more than what we buy. So this is the basic about the quality of service. This is only theoretical concept. We have lab in our CCNP. We will do some lab or some practical in CCNP, but in CCNA we have only theory. Just try to remember some points here. Remember, quality of service is a feature we need to enable on the router, with which we can prioritize the traffic whatever is getting on the router or switch. Because router or switch, they don't know, they will not prioritize. Just whatever traffic they are receiving, they are going to forward. So with the help of techniques, different methods, we are going to prioritize, and we are going to learn that in CCNP. In CCNA we don't have that configuration. This is only theory. So this is next video I will look whatever pending topic we have, maybe like what we left. Example, I think we left TCP UDP. So we have compare TCP UDP. We are going to do that one also. And whatever is a small pending thing, after that we can start automation programmability. Then our CCNP syllabus will be finished. And meanwhile I will do some labs in GNS3 and EVNG, so you can practice to do the lab there also, because in CCNP we are going to use EVNG or GNS3. So in packet tracer all commands will not execute for the CCNP. So we need to learn how to use GNS or EVNG. Any one you have to be learn, or you can use both. So we are going to use in that CCNP. Okay. So thank you very much for seeing our video. Subscribe to our video, like our channel, like our video, subscribe to our channel, share with your friend. Thank you. Bye.